Hello, what's up guys? It is free rune removal. As this video drops, it's either coming up or it's currently ongoing. So I thought it was a good time to drop this video. Just a few things before this video starts. First of all, it's runes on my monsters that I used for the siege tournament. We made it to round 3. And if you're watching this in like 3 years time, it's season 7. Free rune, I mean season 7 runes, okay? So couple of things I want to clarify before the video starts. First, I don't use like rune optimizer or swap, or I don't use SWGT, even though my guild leaders have told me many times. I don't have my Jason, I don't have any of that stuff. I'm old school. You guys can use it. I don't know how to use it. I'm lazy, okay? But like, I'll show you runes of my monsters that I used on offenses, maybe a couple of things that were on defenses, how I'll go about, especially being old school, how I test speed tuning, I don't know too much about speed ticks, but what is speed ticks, and what you want to aim for, and etc. like that. A little bit, not too much into it. I'm going to keep the video short and brief, but try to give you as much information as possible. So while you're watching this, as it's free rune removal, it gives you an idea how to ruin some of your monsters. If you do enjoy my videos, etc. like that, and you're like wondering how that goes, for example, Jemai, Homunculus, Chun-Li, Lucian, Julie, or whatever the damage dealer is, Kali in some cases. But yeah, that's that. Yes, I know everyone in comments and Twitch chat is G3, but if you are G3, like, apply the runes that I show you to the level you are, okay? If you're playing G1 Siege, drop the rune level quality down, and it's at your level because you're playing in G1, so it matches you. So I'm playing in G3, I'm trying to match G3 players. Yes, there's a lot more people better than me out there, but whatever, it is what it is. And I didn't get here in a year, I got here over time. I've been playing the game since almost the beginning, 7 years or so, whatever. But yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, first things first, about speed ticks, like, to make it short, the speed tick is how fast your attack bar fills up for you to have a turn, right? For example, you're on 100 speed, the enemy monster is on 200 speed. Obviously that monster is two times faster than 100 speed, right? Not including towers and etc. like that. So reaching the level of the speed ticks, like 5 or 6 or 4 or whatever it is, for example, just gives you over time, like in 3-4 turns or 5 turns, over time your attack bar fills up a little bit faster than the enemy, and then you get an extra turn. So that's all it is. A lot of high guilds use speed ticking. I believe it's an SWGT. So I don't use that, but a lot of people do use that, and it's there. So if you want to use that, so let's look at my defenses. So the first thing here, Theo and Molly are on the, I forgot the speed ticks. Is it the 5th tick or the 6th tick or the 4th tick? One of those. I think it's the 6th tick. Anyways, I'll post it right here. Alright, and then he's on like this tick before. But the tuning here is like, eventually I get an extra turn. It's on destroy, a little bit HP, a little bit defense, scales of speed. This is my fear that was on defense. Speed, crit damage, and attack, and damage dealt on wind, because a lot of people use wind to fight this. So when you're fighting this, you're using minus wind reduction. And so I've put damage dealt on wind. Yes, my artifacts aren't the best. I get it. My runes aren't the best. I get it. It's hard to BJ, not in real life, like raid, farm artifacts, farm rooms all at the same time, because you can't do all of them at the same time. And then here is just skill 1 crit damage, because he's skill 1 scales of speed and he's really fast. So we want him, if you violent procs from skill 2 to skill 1, to do a little bit damage. And then I got Molly moving after him, so she puts up the shield, okay, and I try to get as much res as possible. And with Molly, I just had speed proportion to lost HP, so she increases speed as she loses HP, and then skill 3 recovery over here. And then my druid was the last to move, and just a little bit of damage, a little bit of HP, good speed, some crit rate so you can deal damage, and damage taken from fire. Maybe I should have done damage taken from wind, but etc. Yeah, all right. And then over here we have my Violent Nemesis Nana, just very tanky to be Lucian proof, just triple HP and damage taken from winds. Okay, I know some of you are gonna be like, yeah, artifacts are shit. Okay, I get it. You're good on you, mate. But the rest of us, let's enjoy the video, okay? But yeah, you can write down in the comments. You can have a discussion in the comments about how to ruin things, how to put artifacts for certain units, etc, or what you do yourself to apply this. So that's that. And then my Tessa, again, it has damage reduction. It's passive. Okay, and I have it on destroy because we got the 9 on Iris. We want to be Lucian proof as well. And damage taken. This is just my universal damage reduction artifact. Okay, so from fire, water, I usually like to use that there. And then accuracy, skill 3 for Tessa because land oblivion. And then yeah, and then that's my Iris. Damage taken, I think I've changed it. It used to be damage taken from winds. I'm not sure why I've changed it. And then skill 3 recovery because she recovers skill from there. Okay, that's that. That's my defenses. That was used in the tournament. Now let's have a look at what I do. What I do when I use my offense monsters. Okay, so should I go from the preset deck or should I go from here? We did use Lucia a few times, so let's. Oh, they've changed these. This is my Lucia. Usually you want minus wind on her for artifact, but here's my Lucia. Speed, defense, HP. She needs good attack as well to heal. She used to be a little bit higher attack because but I did drop it to make it a little bit more tanky and faster as well. I didn't use her too much, and I have all additional damage for her. Additional damage, but she does do a lot of damage from skill 1. Additional damage, but I don't think I used her too much. But that is my Lucia. Like again, like I said, I know like mine is fast and it's got good stats. Or maybe it doesn't have good stats. Someone that's watching it that's G4 or something, or legend player. But for the other people that are GD1, G2, if you think this is good, don't forget that your runes is at your level, which works also for you. So it's still good for you to have your runes, and then over time you progress, and then you go to G2 Siege, and then you have better rune sets on your monsters. Okay, but I do try to have one rune set for my Lulu. There's one thing that I did do wrong with my Lulu is like I went for the speed tick. I think it was the 5th speed tick or I can't remember, or 6 or I can't remember exactly. I forgot, but I forgot to put her back on 100 res. She used to be on 100 res. Okay, so that's my Lulu. She's triple HP because usually you fight in Ayunus, right? And then damage taken from wind. Okay. This is like my best one. I use it over and over again. I got like 2 of them, 119 and 121. But that's my Lulu. You want to go as much possible. You can go speed here with HP substats and resistance substats. You want also some good defense. But this Lulu set is the same set that I use for Amelia. Okay, and it's also the same set I use for Elia. This is what you call lazy mode, right? This is the same set I use for that. So when we get to Amelia and Elia, I just remind you that it's the same set that I use from Lulu to them. And I do have enough mana for it. I know not all of you do, but it is what it is in G3 Siege, right? Okay, so that's my Lulu. And then skill 1 recovery, skill 3 recovery. Okay, you can also do skill 2 recovery. I think skill 1 recovery is good because you always recover when you skill 1, but also skill 3 recovery is good because you're always using skill 3 as well. You're rarely using skill 2, but skill 1, skill 3 you use more than skill 2, I believe, in my opinion. Okay, my Mina, like the day before round 3 where I lost with her, she had a little bit more attack and she was a little bit slower. Should have gone a little bit more faster to the next speed tick column, but yeah. And I had minus wind here because we were fighting Trianas and twins. Damage taken from wind. And I was using on Mina the 21 and I was using on Lulu the 19 because it was Mina, Lulu and a light tank, which we'll get to in a second. So that was my Mina, just speed, crit damage, HP to be tanky. She doesn't need crit rate at all, but you do need her to be taking hits from Triana. So some good defense, some good HP. I think about 15k HP and around 800, 1000 attack, but that's fine. But there is Trianas out there that hit like noodles. Okay, so let me show you how I test speed tuning. Okay, this is how I test speed tuning. Okay, this is how I test speed tuning. Oh, I didn't take my Covenant out because we will show Covenant. This is my Covenant. Okay, this is how I would test. Who's the other monster? We use Bethany. Where you at, Beth? There she is. Alright. Little dog. This is how you test speed tuning if you're not using Rune Optimizer or anything like that. So this is my Swift Megan. She's gonna attack by increase. Once she attack by increases, these two monsters need to be speed tuned to Megan not to get cut. Right, so to test it is you place that same offense on your defense in the same locations, okay? Because the fastest monster moves after this. Well, if you have speed lead here and Megan's there, the fastest monster closest to the leader skill moves first. So if you have speed lead there and you're Megan's third unit and I go in with the same speed to fight the same offense, the Megan that's in second position, which is the middle, will move before the third position. Okay, so this is how I test it. So you got that there, and then you use the same offense. Where is it? You use the same offense to hit that. But because you are testing it, it's going to allow you to move first. Once you move first, if your units don't get cut after the attack by increase, then you are speed tuned. If that Megan on defense moves first, and then that means you're not speed tuned. So here I go. There we go. And if Megan cut right now, that means I'm not speed tuned. Okay. So let's just kill this Bethany, for example. Megan still hasn't moved. I'm speed tuned. So her attack by increase is speed tuned to my Covenant and my Bethany. Boom. Okay, does that make sense? That's how you test that. That's how I test it. It's very old school stuff, you know, very old school stuff. Let's try to make this video not too long. While we're at it, here is my Megan 196. Okay, I don't think her artifacts are too important, but skill 2 does strip and put beneficial block. So here we go, my Covenant. I've got him on Swift, Speed, Crit Damage, Attack. He needs to deal enough damage. I got him 100% crit rate. Needs to deal enough damage to kill, okay? To kill. And then you can do damage dealt on... Oh, I've got attack increase in effect. You can do damage dealt on Dark or Fire. It depends on whoever you're hitting on, right? And skill 3 crit damage. 4%. How embarrassing. We did use Bethany in a slow rage fat set, which I don't want to ruin, but it was just attack, crit damage, attack, rage, 100% crit, your best rage set, and then the Tion buffs her, attack buffs her, and then with the Esha one. Okay, so here's my Bethany. Very hard to ruin. Very hard to ruin to speed tune it. Like, the faster your Megan is, the faster these units have to be. So if my Megan was like 205, there's no way I can get 100% crit rate and be faster and deal enough damage to kill something. So sometimes it's good to have a slower Megan, because then it's easier to tune the monsters to the Megan. All right, so here's my Bethany, and then it's damage dealt on... Oh, I don't know what's going on. There's been a lot of changes since like the tournament, which was last week. Skill 3 crit damage, which is this, and you want damage dealt on wind because you'll be hitting the Triana, okay? Or if you're using the other comp, damage dealt on fire, and use also that video where I did +8. All right, so that's my thing. Usually I use Fran in this position. Okay, usually I use Fran in this position, but I do have Saf and Terrain. I got Saf on double shield wield and accuracy here. and damage taken from the damage dealer on the defense. So sometimes it could be Ayunu, but Ayunu is not going to hit fire. Sometimes it could be Esha, so you do damage taken from light, and whatever case I was using in last time was damage taken from fire. Okay, and then accuracy for his skill 3. Okay, and then terrain. I can't remember. Someone told me who you want moving first, but I don't think it matters too much. Terrain, I do actually have him on violent because violent proccing, just turn cycling him is really OP. And I have same thing here, accuracy over here, and then again damage taken from the unit, which in this case I used it against Esha, was light, and then damage taken from light. Okay, so it takes less damage. So if there's an Esha, Orion, and I don't know, Lulu, who's doing the most damage? Esha's doing the most damage. Orion and Lulu are just turn cycling and cleansing and etc. So you want to be taking that damage. Plus he's dark, so you're going to be taking from. And then my friend, this my friend, is the same set I use on Lauren because I'm lazy. Skill 3 recovery for this artifact here, and damage taken from the damage dealer. Usually it's Ayunu, so damage taken from winds. Okay, well recently it's been Ayunu. Okay, so that's that. That is that for that. That is that for that. And then moving on. Alright. I used to play my Wusa on this violence set. But I thought, why not move Wusa to Swift so we can counter some Orions? And he has a high base speed. With that speed lead, we can take that first turn. So I moved my Wusa to Swift. Speed, HP, because he deals damage based on HP from skill 2. And then I got skill 2 recovery because it heals from skill 2 when he deals damage from that. As much HP as possible. Damage taken from wind. I was using him against some dark unit last time. I think it was, I can't remember. But damage taken from wind is most of the time because it's a Savannah, for example, right? So whatever monster you're fighting, you want to put that. But if it's water, you want to put wind because wind monsters are going to hit your water monsters, okay? Only if you're in like high siege, you want to change it to the specific defense that you're hitting. Sometimes it's Zaratu or whatever, or it's Nasha, like minus light reduction, etc. But that's my Wusa, and I do try to get some resistance on him because we do want him to resist. But Swift Will is the build right there. We saw my Theo. We have a couple of galleons. My first galleon is speed tuned to Chun-Li, 100% accuracy, and then we got some crit damage. Okay, because I am taking first turn, so I want to deal damage after Chun-Li moves, etc. And then my second one is my Poseidon Tiana Cleave. I do have 100% accuracy, 100% crit rate because I also do want to deal some damage. After Poseidon resets attack bar, Tiana uses skill 2, etc. Blah blah blah. Just makes it more better. If you don't have 100% accuracy, or in some cases 85 accuracy, so I got skill 2 crit damage here because we want to deal damage with that skill 2 because it's 100% crit, right? You can get accuracy skill 3 if you don't have accuracy, so you can just focus on other stats if you want. And then attack increase in effect, so you can deal more damage. I believe this one will be the same, or damage taken from. Okay, so I think it's better if we shift. To looking at my preset deck. Shift to looking at my preset deck. This is new that I've been using. We saw this. We didn't see my light tank. This light tank set moves to Esha, moves to Bella, moves to any unit that's going to be my light tank. I just double HP, some endure for some resistance. Doesn't really matter, but it's just HP defenses, high defense, high HP, damage taken from the unit that's dealing damage on you. So in this case, it's well, he does have dark passive damage reduction from dark in here by 50%. So when you're hitting twins, minus wind because crit damage Triana. And that was where I was going wrong before, is I was putting minus dark and I already have minus dark on his passive, and then Triana kept killing him. So that's what I was doing wrong, and it was pointed out to me, and I've changed that. And then over here, just crit damage taken, yes, 8%. Okay, I get it. These are all very good for use. All right, but storage for artifacts is too small. All right, so that was my Swift Wusa and my Via Louise, because we're running Swift Wusa Via Louise. Louise heals with skill 3. I was running it opposite before, where Louise was Swift, Wusa was violent, but she heals from skill 3. AoE heal. So I'm like, why not put her on violent and put him on Swift, because he's got a high base speed. You can rune him however you want. You can go violent or Swift, but in my situation, if you're running a Riley with the Wusa, you want Riley taking extra turns for the heals, where Wusa only has heals from skill 2 and Swift to put that shield set up very, very quickly. You know what I mean? So I think that's the best way at the moment. So usually, because she's fire, oh, she's triple HP. Because she's fire, I mean wind, she's taking damage from fire. So I usually have damage taken from fire, like a Perna on her, etc. So creates a shield to your max HP. That's why she's triple HP. And then this one's supposed to stun and push back or something like that. But yeah, all right. So that's my Louise, just triple HP, guys. I don't think speed tick matters for this kind of situation. And I think we will get into my Bastard, Odin, Chris team. Okay, so this can work with a Kali as well, I believe, instead of Chris. So you can just go, again, speed tuned, like the Megan comp with the Covenant and the Bethany. Speed tuned, I know she's not the fastest, but if she's faster, these guys are harder to rune, okay? Because they need to be faster themselves. All right, so here's my Bastard on Swift shield, because sometimes if you need because you need 5 stacks. All right, for Odin. After Chris kills, he gets 5 stacks because there's a shield set there already. Attack buff and another shield set. He's on Will, that's another stack. So here's my Odin. He is speed, crit damage, attack. Usually I'm killing a Triana or a Riley, so damage dealt on wind. And then skill 1 crit damage, because he deals a lot of damage from his skill 1. Right, and once he gets 5 stacks, you only need 85% crit, because he's like Theo, he gets element advantage. Well, yeah, that's right, yeah, exactly. And then here's my Chris. It was hard to rune her this fast, but she's just fatal and blade, so she can be 100% crit. I was trying to rune her Swift with attack, crit damage, attack, and make her that fast, but I just couldn't, because I have other runes elsewhere. But that's her. Usually damage dealt on the unit that you're hitting, if you're hitting a fire unit or if you're hitting a water unit, etc. And then skill 3 crit damage and skill 2 crit damage, or in your case Kali if you're hitting Triana, and then you can use Odin to hit the fire unit, whatever, right? But again, speed tune, same method that I used to speed tune this is the same method I used to speed tune this, okay? Here's my Riley, not so great. I actually need to fix her up. It is free removal, so I will be changing a few things, touching up a few units, increasing some resistance for Lulu and stuff like that. So skill 3 recovery, there is no skill 4 recovery, and skill 1 recovery also, okay? Skill 3, skill 1. Okay, she doesn't heal on skill 2, she just puts immunity up. Okay, so here's my Bolvac. All right, not very fast, and just skill 3 recovery because of this. If he's fully skilled, he guarantees to steal a beneficial effect. And then usually it's damage taken from either Vigor or wind unit like Savannah. So you go, depending on what's the defense, you go minus water or minus wind, right? Rightio. So windy, minus double revenge destroy. I like it like this. There's people that go to the next speed tick on a Swift set, so you can get that extra little turn. But as long as his skill 3 is maxed, okay, and you have high HP, his shield every time he gets hit by a fire unit, or every time he gets hit and puts a shield up, his shield is thicker. Anyways, thicker shield, more damage taken. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes I can't break the shield that Martina steals, because it's so thick. But yeah, you know what I mean. But skill 3 max, triple HP, I think is good, because that shield is thick. Alright, and I like destroy or revenge because he revenges with skill 1, applies slow. He applies slow, right? yeah, it applies slow and it destroys HP at the same time, and it works. It works just fine for me. Again, he can tank a fire unit, but it's nicer to tank fire unit. You can put any artifact here, but I think the fire, he can't be defense broken. So I think fire is okay, but yeah, anything would work with him. And speed up effect is just what I went for him. Yeah, it's not very important. And Amelia is that Lulu set. Sometimes I use a Skogul, right? I put the speed with the HP and res on my Skogul here. And that's my Skogul that I use with the Bolvark and Amelia. And then damage taken from whatever unit it is, okay? Okay, I know my artifacts for Fang are very old and very outdated. Here's my Fang. Triple defense. He used to be 100% res, but I changed that. And he used to be on wheel. I also changed that. You can put him on wheel. You can put him on destroy. I think destroy right now is okay. We needed wheel before, but here it is. Just triple defense. That's that, okay? You don't need too much. I need more accuracy than that because I keep missing accuracy. But I think about 30 to 40 is good because it's multi-hits. So it applies. Okay, I don't, it's just very outdated. So he is my Nora. She's the spare nemesis. High defense, high HP, accuracy there. We've got accuracy, no more there. Speed lost to proportion. So I've gone with the speed lost lost HP, okay? Damage taken from water because she's a fire unit. She's gonna get hit by Merlong or whatever unit it is. She's a great unit. I really do like her. She's great against Woosers. She's great against Rileys. Really nice unit. Used it a couple of times, but that's that. Did we show everything there? And then he, same method that I used to speed tune this earlier when I was showing you how to speed tune it, is how I speed tuned this, but also this works like this. So if I need a speed lead for Tiana to move first, and if they don't have a speed threat, I can go attack lead for Poseidon and Galleon. So this is the speed tuning that works for both. It's very hard to find. I had to ask a friend to check Rune Optimizer how to get that exact number. So here's that Galleon that I showed you earlier. So my Tiana is not that great because you need, if anyone says anything, she doesn't need accuracy to strip. It's just my fastest Rune 28 speed for slot 6. Okay, so okay, it's just my fastest one. The other one was on Bastard, but this one gives her more HP for the Tiana. Speed, crit damage, attack is the best for Poseidon team, okay? Because she always crits with skill 2, which is already taken a turn because Poseidon pushed everyone's attack bar back to 0. So she will take a turn. She will clean up, okay? I will be re-upping maybe an attack rune in the future because I'm saving re-ups because I need for sort of slot 5. And I might consider that as well at the same time. So speed, crit damage. She doesn't have to be on will because usually when you're using this offense, you know you're going to move first. So she doesn't have to be on will. But mine is on will and it's speed tune. If she goes any faster, then Poseidon needs to be faster. And I can't make my Poseidon faster with 100% crit rate, enough 85% accuracy. Okay, 85% accuracy to land the pushback, etc. Alright? So this is good enough for me. I'm not taking it into Sierra, Gianna. I'm taking it into Merlong, Savannah, for example. It's an example, okay? So I'm not taking it into a speed challenge. But yeah, you can run it this way as well. So here's Tiana. And usually what you want is skill 2 crit damage as well for artifacts. Okay, skill 2 crit damage. And damage dealt on the monster that you're hitting, if it's an Asha or if it's a Riley or whatever. So here's Poseidon, speed tune to Tiana and Galleon. Tiana moves first, Galleon moves second, and then Poseidon moves last. Speed, crit damage, attack, damage dealt on fire. So I can't remember what I used that last time. And skill 3 accuracy, because I need to be on the 85% accuracy to be consistent. Okay? Consistent. But that's that. Okay. Where we at? I already showed Lucia. Smart Kuman. Speed. I mean, HP, crit rate, HP. He's reached the speed tick. So about 30k HP. Good defense. Almost 100% crit rate. But yeah, skill 2 heals. I've gone for additional damage on my one. So that's that. So usually you can go HP, crit rate, HP, or you can go speed, HP, and still have about 70% crit. I think it's good. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? And my Lauren uses the same set as Fran does. So that's that. He's an artifact, skill 3 accuracy, skill 1 accuracy, damage taken from wind, because sometimes it's a Skirgle. And yeah. Alright. My tractor, because I use a double revenge windy. He's my double revenge tractor with destroy as well. They do work, and I like it. And it's just defense, HP, defense. Okay, and good HP, good defense, good speeds, artifacts, additional damage because skill 1 is multi hit, and then damage taken from wind because Triana's gonna be hitting him. For over here, we will look at the rest. Delphoid, I usually just take, you can use a Lulu set. I also have another set where it's on my Nigon. I'll just pick this up, I'll throw it on her. She doesn't have to be on wheel because you got Lulu that can go on wheel. She also cleanses and puts wheel. I think high resistance is good for her. But we've only been using that in the new season. So we're only showing things from the last season. My roids. This is my roids. I like my roid on crit damage. Okay, so HP, crit damage, HP. Most people say triple HP hits just as hard. But I like it like this. Okay, and then you can go damage taken from wind or fire, depending if you fight in an Ayunu, if you fight in a Karkana. And then skill 1, crit damage. Right? Skill 1, crit damage, because he only has that one skill. And I showed you my Nana because she was on defense already, so that was at the beginning of the video. This is my Carlos on Vampire Will, 100% crit rate, and we got attack, crit damage, attack, and I don't know what I have there, and I don't know what I have there. Additional damage, it looks like. But yeah, I like him on 100% crit rate, nice accuracy. But this is multi-hit, so he does land it sometimes. Do I have accuracy here? This guy needs more accuracy. Note to self, fix this guy's accuracy. I think this is good enough. Because you want this guy moving last. Because you want Tessa to land Oblivion. And then he moves last to clean up. So Nana moves first. Or well, in my case, Tessa moves first. Nana moves second. But you want Nana first so she can do AoE defense break. Tessa to land Oblivion. This guy kills something. If you just go all wheel, all 3 units, even if it's against Sierra or Imperna, because Nana's passive. Even if Sierra kills Nana, or you're tanky enough not to take damage from Sierra and survive, you just need to take that turn after, kill 1 unit, which is very, very easy because Sierra Perna. If you kill Perna multiple times, you get multiple stacks. So 3. But land Oblivion, and then Nana gets a stack, and then you just press auto. He's the most famous offense that I get asked about in my Discord. So you want Jemiah to move first, and you want him on 100% crit rate. Whatever your fastest set is, you put it on him. That's it. You want skill 1 crit damage. Skill 1 crit damage because he scales off speed. Skill 1 according to your speed. So your fastest set, and crit damage is less enemy H because it turns cycles. You want to hit again. So skill 1 does a lot of damage. You want crit rate on slot 4. Say speed, crit rate, attack, swift. Okay, it doesn't have to be destroy. It can just be swift, crit rate, attack. Okay, skill 1 crit damage for this comp. Okay, and then what you want, the same method I used to speed tune this is the same method I used to speed tune that. Okay, so I put it on defense, and then I tried the same offense as the defense to see if it's speed tuned, if they cut. All right, so here's my homunculus named Luffy. I like my homunculus also on 100% crit rate, so crit rate on slot 4 to move after Jemaya, and then you know how it goes. You skill 3 into the damage dealer, which is the 3rd unit. Could be Chun-Li, Lucian, Julie, even Kali in some cases, okay? Even Covenant in some cases. So it could be any of those 5, or Taru, or anything that's Bethany, you know what I mean? Could be, oh, I don't think Bethany needs 4 stacks. So speed, crit rate, and attack as well. And then it's just additional damage because it's multi-hits on skill 1. And then again, additional damage because it's multi-hits on skill 1's 100% crit rate. And then whatever your damage dealer is, needs to move 3rd. Because this is really fast. With the speed towers, okay, you just need to make sure it doesn't have to be this fast. Whatever level you're at, whatever runes you got to put, that's how you do it. But don't forget, so what she does, she puts everyone's attack bar on like 100%. Everyone's attack bar on 100%, but then she applies a speed buff to your team, right? So everyone's on 100%, but then you get a speed buff, so you move in, okay? So Chun-Li does more damage according to the speed difference, so she's dealing damage because she's got a speed buff. But then don't forget, if you got a speed buff and everyone's on 100% attack bar, and your Lucian here is plus 60 speed, the enemy team will move first because they're 100% attack bar. On your speed buff of plus 60 speed, you will get cut. You need to be around 130-ish because I think that's because you need to be around 130. You can test that, but you need to be you need a swift Lucian to VH or a rage one that's about plus 130, 135. You can test that. I haven't tested it before because I always use Chun-Li. Because it puts everyone's attack bar on 100, then you get a speed buff. And if you're too slow, the enemy team will move before you. That's why Nemesis kills this offense. If you're hitting a Tiang Lang or a Vigo with Nemesis, everyone's attack bar is 100, then you hit it and Nemesis kicks in and they cut. Okay, so make sure you're not hitting Nemesis with this. And like I said, it could be anything. It could be Covenant, Kali, Taru, Beth, Chun-Li, Julie, Lucian, or whatever your AoE damage dealer is or single target damage dealer is. Alright, could be Mina. No, something that kills. Okay, that's that. Let's have a look over here. Is anything we missed? Here's my Perna. Didn't use her too much. Just attack, crit. Oh, speed, crit damage, attack. I haven't been using her. Did we show Tessa? Can't remember if we showed Tessa. But I do have an older video on how to ruin Tessa. I don't think we did show Tessa. Okay, so Tessa, you can go violent, destroy, shield, or will. Okay, these are the 3 important ones. Destroy for long matches, shield when you're using it with Louise or Wusa or Lulu, because you verse Orion, so you can have that shield set, you can have that immunity, so you can have more attack buff, so you nerf the Orion. And will for the other situation with Carlos and Nana where you're taking second turn. Okay, so you can, I have will and shield, will for these 2 slots that I can change anytime. Also shield, and I have the destroy one. So let me tell you this. First of all, don't use Tessa with Leo. Tessa has a damage reduction in her passive, okay? She has a damage reduction in her passive. If you're fighting a unit, like for example Nasha, right? You get damage taken from light with her passive reduction and HP on slot 4, you're gonna take a hit, okay? You're gonna take that hit. But the thing, because of her passive reduction and the damage or artifacts damage received from, you can go attack on slot 6 to make things faster, but you can also stay with HP because skill 1 and I believe also skill 2 scales according to speed, so you deal more damage the faster you are. I think this is good enough speed to deal enough damage, have good crit rate, okay? And I wish she was on 100 because she does miss crit rate at 94 sometimes. Crit, and it's very important you want to land crit. And then accuracy, you can just go with skill 3 accuracy here. Skill 2 is multi-hit, so you can be around there, so that's fine. So speed, crit damage, HP or attack, crit rate is very important, accuracy is important, defense is important, speed is important, and HP is important on Tessa. Okay, resistance is not too important because you usually use it with Will, like Wusa or Lulu, or you can go Res Lead. I've used Res Lead many times, but yeah. So that's the Tessa, and then you can go damage taken from and skill 1 accuracy, skill 3 accuracy, skill 1 crit damage because she deals damage from skill 1. We showed Molly before. We didn't show Changpang. That's my Changpang. Well, we didn't use him for offense, but there is offenses with Tiana, Changpang, and Savannah. He is the Changpang. Speed, attack. Oh, this is my arena Changpang. I use him a lot actually. A lot. Okay, it's Alicia, Galleon, Tiana, Changpang. Okay, additional damage. Yeah, I mean, I've got good accuracy there. See that accuracy rune? Agard usually takes my Tessa runes, so I just throw Tessa runes onto him because she's got HP, and he's also gets attack buff with his berserk. I mean, attack increase with his berserk. So yeah, Imi, you just throw your fastest set on him. This is my Swift Dozer. The crit damage rune is on Tiana, but once I put it, he's on 85. No, he's on 70% crit because it's on Triana. I mean Tiana, sorry, it's on Tiana. Once I move this rune to my Dozer, it becomes a Swift Dozer. We can snipe something. If you're sniping a Shiner, you're hitting damage dealt on fire. If you're hitting Triana, damage dealt on wind. And yeah, skill 3 crit damage. Alright, what else we got? That's that. And anything else I'm missing from the monster storage box? I know this video turned out to be very long. I'm so sorry guys, but I hope the people that enjoyed it find it useful. A free way to support me is just by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. So I do appreciate that, and it's the only thing I ask for. And your time. What else? Did we use anything? Am I missing anything? This is my Savannah. I didn't use her. That's it for this video guys. I hope it was useful to some of you. I hope I didn't waste your time. We do have Dimensional Predator video dropping not long after this video because it resets tomorrow, and then we got our Siege video. Plus I have a video, I don't know if you guys are gonna like it, Swift Verdi in G2 RTA, which is my account, and I was playing it and I already recorded the video. I'll drop that during the week if you guys want to see it. But yeah, alright, thanks for watching. Yalla bye.